Well, hi, hello world. What's up? So, welcome to America. Here is my Umbro Germany shirt, or jacket. There's the old Scottish license plate I got from the Scottish Festival. Here's a tartan tie. You see how tired I am? I couldn't even think of what this was. For the Weir clan, which I'm adopted into. At least the family name, which the particular family member thereof does celebrate the heritage and culture. But I myself, genetically, am Russian and Ukrainian and Polish. So here are my three family names. My original family name is Vyborov. Alexander Vadimovich Vyborov. Okay? Now, my great-great-grandfather's last name was Witkiewicz. I don't know the first name. And then there was also a family member within the paternal lineage whose last name was Borowski, came from Poland, was a physician or some sort, a woman. So, yes, very, very Slavic. Now, why am I wearing a Germany t-shirt or shirt? Because I work at a German restaurant, and in fact, I've always had, I don't know why, but a lot of German friends. And one of my aunts, I think after World War II, ended up living in Germany. Unfortunately, I think she may have been a translator for the Nazis, but that's how life sometimes unfolds. I don't know if she did it willingly or not. Not proud of the fact. Don't know how to feel about it, but that's what I heard along the old Babel line there. But my fascination with Germany and with cultures in general really centers around language, because language, as somebody who has literary aspirations, is what I'm interested in, because it's one of the things that I've always been good at. And as such, I feel no shame in celebrating cultures and wearing flags and things for that nature, however cheesy some people might think of it to be, of wearing, tartan ties and things of that nature. And people are always talking about, like trendy progressive hip people are always talking about multiculturalism this, multiculturalism that. Well, you can't have multiculturalism if you don't celebrate cultures. Like, you can't just kind of have a weird Gaia fest of a bunch of really strange neoliberal folks sitting around banging on drums pretending to be natives or something, and then call yourself multicultural. That's not multicultural, that's just kind of suburban, in my opinion. Yeah. So I just posted a vlog, or a vlog and a blog about the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and obviously I have some feelings about the matter. Yeah, it is what it is. As far as I've understood the conflict, and I could be wrong about this, but Russia is defending its interests in Crimea against insurrections kind of being fomented sort of by the West, maybe organically grown, but in either direction. A lot of the people involved from the Ukrainian side seem to be ultra-nationalists, and, well, Russia has the right to defend its territorial integrity. So, yeah. I don't know that much about the conflict, to be honest, but I do know that the coverage of it, of Russia being like this egregious actor, is absolutely wrong. The border between Russia and the Ukraine is like literally right there. Kievan Rus, Belarus, Russia, Ukraine all share that common ancestry. And so Russian people and Ukrainian people, myself included as someone with a Ukrainian ancestor, are really genetically similar, and wars and conflicts in that region really kind of hurt me on a spiritual level. It's just not a good vibe, not good mojo. And the reason I decided to wear my Germany jacket and make a big ado about all of this is to say that, yes, I'm in favor of multiculturalism, and I'm in favor of sovereignty of these cultures for that reason, because strong national identity and strong nations will, help to keep the world interesting and help to keep balances of powers in check. And also, all of this multicultural stuff, where a Russian guy who is wearing a German shirt, has a Scottish flag and a Scottish The last name is very, very quintessentially American. It's the thing that happens in the melting pot, and it's worth celebrating and pointing out. Okay, and also I wanted to say, and when we're talking about sovereignty, I claim sovereignty over my body, my mind, and my speech, and that's what the United States allows, for which I'm very, very grateful. And with that comes the responsibility to use it, which is one of the other reasons I felt impelled to speak out about something that could maybe get me in trouble, or at least get me annoyed online about the Russia-Ukraine situation. And likewise, I feel it's important to start being brave about talking about other, issues. It's not that I haven't been brave. It's just that with a lot of these issues that are problematic, I stay away from because there's always so many factors. Like, even with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, I don't feel like I know enough to say definitively what went on, but I just know that the representation in Western media is whoa. Whoa. Okay? But global warming is something, as an environmentalist, that I obviously am concerned about, but I don't necessarily know if it's anthropogenic and how it's all playing out. And I feel it's important to remain skeptical about proffered solutions and not freak out and call people denialists about things. Michael Crichton wrote a book, and he gave a series of talks. This is the state of fear, dramatization of the sort of the madness that can potentially spark out of these erroneous, in his opinion, world views. And I've definitely found a lot of the criticisms he makes valid. However, I just did not sit down and take enough time to look at the graphs and come to understand the situation to really, what I feel is important to react to is the fact that why is nobody talking about Michael Crichton and his criticisms? I don't feel that they've been debunked. I really don't. And he was a very famous person that didn't die that long ago. And I think an essay of his that used to be on his website about this issue sort of disappeared. And I couldn't find it, or a certain video. So I found that sort of odd to get into kind of conspiracy land. But the thing of it is there's more than one issue in the environment. This is what troubles me than just this global warming thing. And even as I was researching the water situation, what I found was experts, environmental experts, lamenting the fact that the nitrification of rivers and estuaries and places like that goes ignored. I think like the Chesapeake Bay was what this particular incident that I'm talking about had to do with. So we've got to expand our reach, and political solutions like taxing people in this or that way, or having a carbon tax, I don't know if that's really going to solve anything. I'm all for putting regulations on emissions and things like that, but it has to be done intelligently and not in a way that handicaps disadvantaged people. And I understand that there's room within that concept of corporations to use that to get screwy, but again, we're talking about politics here, and when people who are as layman as I in this topic claim some greater knowledge and therefore some greater, moral high ground, it begins to bother me. And that's all I can really say on it. It's not super substantive, but it bears saying that caution and skepticism in a complex, multivariate kind of idea should be practiced. It just makes sense to me. And Michael Crichton had this struggle, to write a book like he did. It was a very unpopular opinion, and to me, it's not really like being attacked or anything that I'm afraid of, or because I'm not that prominent, first of all. Second of all, etc. But it's just the discomfort and annoyance of dealing with people's reactions to a climate denialist. And my position is I don't know, but I strongly doubt a lot of the claims that people who think that anthropogenic global warming is going to bring about the end of the world very soon, unless we affect some kind of political solution espouse. And since Michael Crichton was brave enough to write a book and do a series of talks in it, I should be brave enough to point out that I think it's an important issue to look at. So yeah. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious me. So at some later point, I'll talk more about Scotland and my general Anglophilia and how that all came about aside from just a familial connection. So for now, I hope y'all enjoyed. And I'm gonna get weird here right before I go. So for some reason, I thought that my grandfather, who just picked up the phone, said that Homeland Security had called. I had just literally posted the article about, because I think that he made a tongue slip, because I clearly heard that, but it was probably a home security system, because I have one and other companies keep calling me. But I'm gonna get a little bit of Alex Jones here and say, hey, I'm in really great health. I have no thoughts of suicide, nothing like that. So if anything weird happens to me for a really stupid reason, because I have like zero influence, it's not gonna be me doing anything to myself. And my driving record is really good. I've had like one fender bender and one guy that rear-ended me while I was sitting at a red light. So, you know, me getting into a car accident with how cautious and James May-esque, if you know about the show Top Gear I Drive, is really... I just feel like as somebody that's going to start talking about all this political shit from time to time, it's not going to be my main focus, because my main focus is kind of art and philosophy. But yeah, I'm a pretty happy guy, pretty careful guy, pretty healthy guy. So, whatever. I know that's weird. I know that's super weird. But I just got paranoid because I guess I'm working a very physical job at a very early hour. And so I'm always a little bit on edge. I'm drinking a lot of coffee to stay awake. Why don't I use that weird anxiety to produce something that people can laugh at? But it is true. Take care.